This is the Spalding adding machine. For my wife's sake, please try not to notice the blue marks on the wall. It was built in 1884 and was the brainchild of Cyrus Spalding. He first patented it in 1874, but came up with a simpler version 10 years later. He produced the second version, although both patent numbers can be found on the device itself. As many as 1,064 were made, although the highest serial number I've seen is 900. It had either a clone or a licensed copy called the Surprise Adder that was just a little bit smaller than the original. Time immemorial, calculator inventors have had an unwritten agreement that calculators should be digital. Sure, there's some analog devices out there. This is a Russian Soyuz capsule calculator. This device does Fourier analysis, which I hear is important. And of course, there's the most popular analog calculator of all time, the slide rule. But by and large, 4-function calculators were digital. All the greatest hits. The VPOAD. This one, can't remember the name. The Addo. The Curda. And of course, one you might not expect, but the Abacus is in fact a digital calculator. Strange then that Spalding would use an analog readout. Now someone might comment and try to convince me it's really digital, but it sure looks a lot like an analog watch to me. Just harder to read because there's 40 more numbers in the same circle. So the Spalding adding machine is a column adder. The difference in movement between the 1 and the 9 is a bit jarring, although Spalding's device wasn't the only one with that particular issue. It's accurate enough. I really was surprised that the arrow hits the line perfectly on every number. And then when it carries over to the hundreds. Which is kind of funny to see the hundreds on the right side of the tens and ones. But that's how we did it. To clear it, you press down on the 1 and rotate the units number or arrow clockwise until you get to 99. Don't forget that, because when you release the 1, it's going to add 1. And then the hundreds is just friction type, so you can go backwards. Now on the back it mentions that when you reach the end of your column and you have a carryover, to add that new column, you press 1 and rotate until the back of the dial hits the number you want on that sliding scale. Of course, you need to use that sliding scale because chances are you're right-handed and your fat fingers will cover up the numbers. If it's 24, you leave it there, and then when you release, it accounts for the extra number added on the release. So let's take a look at the insides. Mine has 5 of the original 6 screws on the back. Or maybe none of the original 6 screws. How would I know? Digits 1 through 3 have those little finger type cams to block them from going past the number. And then digits 4 through 9 have that tilting bar that act in the same manner. I guess 4 through 8. And then digit 9 goes all the way to the end. Here's a better view of those fingers blocking digits 1 through 3 from overshooting the mark. Then there's the 1 dial in action. I'm hitting the 9, 9, 9 over and over. And when it's time for a carry, that little bar or cam hits the bar just like that, which initiates the carry. It's really a marvel of simplicity. It works very well. Although it doesn't do much, but it's good at doing it. Here I spin the carry around again. So that's the Spalding adding machine. It's analog. Thanks for watching.